Thank you, Vinod, for such a context. We are aware that applications are often overlooked, and that's the key weak point, providing a backdoor for cyber criminals to exploit network connectivity and network of networks, threatening individual organizations or even entire health system. So, with the compliance requirements, what an organizations like healthcare face, along with their demand of providing healthcare solution at a faster pace, adds a huge burden on healthcare organizations. So, given that the developers, security team, as well as operations team are always under tremendous pressure to push the code faster with better quality. Security since olden times has been um, a person who comes in at the end of the development journey, does a test, and provides findings and leaves from there. So that kind of methodology is not going to work in the today's world where applications requires agile development, a faster and quicker development with the best of the quality, and also address the threat of cyber attacks on the rise. So given all these challenges, how do we address such complexity? So the best method is to actually to bring security first. Security first is the or secure moving the security to the left is called as DevSecOps. The DevSecOps mechanism can only work when there is an integration between development, security, and operations. Without having such integration, these three bodies will continue to be isolated and work whenever they need. With a programmatically stitched and systematically driven with processes, application security could improve at all the stages. Along with integration, DevSecOps also give you a chance to automate a lot of duplicate tests and also provide you a chance to address the security defects at the early stage. Fixing security defects in the earlier stage is cheaper than fixing at the later stage. Because when you are at the moment of release, you have a deadline to meet. So with that deadline on your head, there are chances that security controls are not being focused as important or seen as important as the business needs. So that's something which could be avoided by identifying during the early stages, during the development, during the planning, during the requirement stages. So when application development is going agile and where it requires faster and quicker code to be pushed every minute and every second, security need to be as agile as it can. That is when you can actually get an effective DevSecOps platform. So let's see what it takes to be driving a secure DevOps program. The first part is onboarding. It has been said that healthcare industry is slow to move on to digital transformation. I might be wrong. This might be because of legacy applications, legacy code, or legacy devices which are in the premises, which makes healthcare organizations inflexible to go to cloud or any other disruptive technologies. When you are choosing an application security platform, you should have compatibility to not just onboard the legacy applications like COBOL, C, and others. It should also have compatibility to the latest languages like Python, JavaScript, and others. Next is assessment. Assessments are needed not just at the code level, which is going through the code and understanding whether there are mistakes or there are errors in the code. Are there any unsafe coding practices included there, or have you used some code which is actually vulnerable for OWASP top 10, etc. And these points could be validated during the code reviews and software composition analysis during the development stage. Once the code is developed, and then you have a compiled application that required to be tested to check the functionalities of the application, not just the code, but now we are looking for functionalities. That means assessing the system calls, assessing the functional calls, assessing the interfaces it deals with, and all this required. And assessment tools must have compatibility to do conduct assessments on these two, whether it is the black box scan or the code reviews on not just on-prem, but also on cloud, and also provide you opportunity to do mobile assessments as well. At this, again, at the speed of agile development, the speed is also important. After the assessment, the next part comes is remediation. Consider a scenario: a patient goes to a doctor diagnoses and gives him a prescription of what the patient has to go through. Patient has this list of findings and also a medication to go through, and he never cares about taking that. Is there any use of going to the doctor? No, right? That's the same applies when you conduct just 100 or 1,000 number of scans, which has long list of vulnerabilities, but you are not able to remediate the vulnerabilities which came through, right? It is equally ineffective. I mean, it's as same as not doing assessment. So remediation is the most important element of the DevSecOps journey. And next one is about prevention. Being in healthcare, you know that prevention is better than cure. How we can prevent such kind of vulnerabilities or defects to arise again, that you can achieve by training the developers so that they code safely and securely, avoid falling into pits of unsafe code being added from repositories everywhere, and also learn secure coding best practices. And while we're doing so, that it's also good to have a tool which can assist you during the development. Something like you are writing something and there is a spell check which tells you that, you know, this spelling is wrong. And we are so used to using spell check nowadays that without that, it's very complicated for us to write a sentence. So developers also can get some tools like Secure Assist, which helps them during their code development. So it gives you at least up to 30% to 40% help to identify, you know, what the way you are writing might be vulnerable to so and so. So it gives you at a quick level of code review. May not be at the fullest, but that's the quickest way it can work on. And next is about monitoring and protection. So like the control centers you all have, where you can see the health of the people and see and check for the beeps and run in case the system is going wrong. In the application security as well, we need to have continuous monitoring and protection throughout the life cycle. And also to have some kind of oversight on the compliance regimes. Compliance restrictions are high for healthcare, such as HITRUST or HIPAA, GDPR, and federal laws, etc. So being gone through so many compliance checks, you might require some kind of oversight to see how many systems or applications are passed through the compliance check and we are good to release without having major compliance issues. That could be achieved by having a centralized control center. And what else would be good for developers? It would be good for developers in case there is somebody, a friend sitting next to them and tell them, you know, you are writing this code. I am from security. Based on my experience, based on the way I read a lot of code, this part, whatever you are writing, is unsafe. I recommend to use this to fix it. Imagine somebody telling that. The developers will be most happy, right? And if that is not a person, but it's a machine, based on the machine learning algorithms, after seeing through a lot of similar cases in the background, it would be really useful for the developers and help them address the issues quickest at the during the development stages. That could be achieved by AI or ML based audit assistant. While being said about assessment, remediation, education and monitoring, and as well as onboarding, it's equally important to integrate all these systems together. If we didn't integrate this between the life cycle and created connections to the security, we just earlier mentioned these three bodies, development, security, and operations, continue to be three different segments, and there will be no integration possible unless you have this systematic and programmatic integration. So that is achieved by Fortify by having tool integration across different stages. So build area, there are integrations available through IDEs like Eclipse, Visual Studio, etc., and source control libraries such as GitHub, Bitbucket, and then build cycle. During the build cycle, integration using Maven, Gradle, and Apache Ant. During the deployment cycle, when you are releasing the code to the pre-prod or prod areas, Jenkins and Bamboo, Azure DevOps, etc. So this is about the development part. The remediation could be achieved by tracking these defects through ticketing systems such as ALM Octane, Zira, or Bugzilla. Prevention, we mentioned earlier, could be achieved by getting training from Micro Focus or Secure Code Warriors. We do have continuous training going on for the developers as through webinars and through continuous trainings sessions available. And while being said this, we spoke so far about the code, right? Which is about developers write a code and we test it and analyze it. How about the libraries behind it? There are third-party libraries, there are open source libraries underlying the code what you are writing. So these libraries also have vulnerabilities. So there are integrations like Sonatype help you identify the vulnerabilities in the third-party libraries and provide remediation strategies. So overall, Fortify has the ecosystem of integration throughout, while this map is just an indicative or indication of what tools fit in where. We have a longer list with the compatible integrations, and it is continues to grow day by day. So we spoke earlier about DevSecOps and for an ideal DevSecOps and what is required there. During the assessment phase, the secure code analysis and static analysis could be done by Fortify SAST tool, and it could be integrated with the secure source code management systems and also build systems. We mentioned the tools in the previous slide. Dynamic assessment of the applications when the code is compiled could be done by WebInspect. And similarly, you can do also interactive application security testing, mobile application security testing as well on the code, compiled code. Real-time protection of running applications is equally critical in healthcare, considering the number of breaches happening on healthcare. We all are aware that the value of healthcare information is much higher than the credit card information. So with that being given, hackers and actual attacks and advisory always try to attack the healthcare applications. That could be protected by having application defender, app defender by Fortify. About the control center or security management panel, we have Fortify On Demand, which provides the insights of defects, metrics, KPIs, which help you understand and measure the risk and compliance. And the same could be achieved by Software Security Center on-prem. Overall, Fortify has a comprehensive tool set to help you secure the software development lifecycle throughout the lifecycle, throughout the stages. Considering that healthcare is an industry which requires continuous assessment and continuous security to comply with the different compliance regimes and have to meet with the abrupt rise of demands on healthcare to provide preventive medicines and preventive healthcare. Fortify comes up with a tools or tool set that helps organizations like healthcare build secure software faster, find security issues at the earliest, and fix them at the speed of DevOps. With that, I conclude Fortify is a place where you find, fix, and fortify your applications. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to talk to you. Happy to talk to you. We do have our contacts end of this session. Have a good day, stay safe, and stay secure. Thank you.